Good, good evening, friends. Today I'm back with another video which talks about physical appearances of Rashi. Now, this is again based on the moon sign. That means the position of moon in your chart. This has got no correlation to your sun sign and to some extent Lagna too. So, when you're comparing this with your own Rashi, it is to be only based on position of moon in your chart. So, let's move ahead. So we have seven planets which we consider whenever we look at moon rashis. There are totally 12 rashis, of which only two rashis are such that which is ruled by only one planet, that is Simha, ruled by Sun, and Kataka ruled by Moon. Now, rest of the other signs, each uh, planet rules two of those rashis. That means the Mercury rules two, Gemini and Virgo, basically Mithuna and Kanya. Mars rules Mesha and Vrishik. Now, you see, I have mentioned English signs just for your understanding. So it is not to be confused with sun sign. So always look at moon's position in your chart, and then that will be your comparison for your Rashi. So whenever you see, it should be based on moon's position in your chart. So interestingly, you'll see two signs ruled by each planet. However, you'll also see that most of this characteristics are very different when we actually look at the appearance, even the way they behave. So let's move to the most important part. Now, how to identify these rashis when you're actually with them? You can easily identify them. I mean, these are you know a small capsule with which you can look at these rashis and how you can quickly identify these. However, don't jump to conclusions, and if they don't have red eyes means that they are not the Mesha Rashi or something like that, because of course this is just a short encapsulated version of how you can identify them. Not necessarily all of them will automatically fall into this category. Of course, we will go to finer details slowly. So now, Mesh Rashi, yeah, how they look, when you look at them, they're ruled by Mars, very short built frame, red eyes. Particularly, the upper body is very well proportioned. They may be of medium or slightly shorter height, but they pack in a lot of power. That's how you identify them, and a lot of energy. Everything is identified when you sit with them, talk to them. You will get the feel. So that's how Mesh Rashi are. When you come to Rishabharashi, they're little stout figure. They are soft built, but very strongly built. You look at the bull, the raging bull. So most of the Rishabharashis, they talk softly. When you can easily identify that it's a very sedate and slow talkers, and they move very, very slow. Now coming to Mithuna. Now Mithuna, they are pretty much a tall and lanky figure. You most of the time you'll find a sparkle in their eyes. That's the key factor. They have that kind of energy which they communicate through their eyes. Communication. They are the sign of communication. They communicate with everything: hand, eyes, nose, body, everything. They'll keep shaking their body. That quick. Now coming to Khataka, they are one of the softest signs. So when you look at them, you will see that they have that very soft appearance, very bright appearance, like a moon. They'll shine. They have the bright face and very unassuming, soft nature. That is what the softness will actually. You'll feel it. The most softest sign, I should say, of the 12 signs, they are this sign. Simha. So one of the most strong feature of them is a prominent forehead. Mostly by middle age or towards slightly when they get older, you will get that a kind of a W in their head. I mean, most of the Leos will have this. The forehead will be prominent, and they'll be quite well built. I mean, they'll be having one of the most proportionate figure. The upper body and lower body will be well balanced. Coming to Kanya, so they are the sign of femininity, feminine. That's the way it is, and they have perfect balance of features, very sharp features. So one of the beautiful looking signs, I must say, and you will feel it. I mean, when you look at somebody and wow, the way they look, get that feeling, right? I mean, how nicely proportioned body it is. So Libra. Now, this is, this sign, when you talk to them, first thing that will appear to you is they will have a lot of questions. Everything to them is a question. I mean, they'll ask why the sun is like a sun, why moon is like a moon. They start from, they will question everything under the sun, and most of the questions get unanswered. That's how it is. I mean, they are always a people with a lot of doubts, questions, and but they'll be very smiling, pleasing personality, very cheerful built always. Now, coming to Scorpio, Scorpio is a sign of secret. When you look at them physically, they have a pronounced hip area, very strongly built. Hip area would be slightly bigger compared to rest of the body, and slightly reticent behavior. So most of the time, they'll first listen what the others are saying, and they're a passive sign to Aries. Aries is like go-getter. There's two. So both are ruled by Mars, but Aries is a go-getter. However, Scorpio will be reticent. They try to be patient, wait for others what they are trying to say, very cautious in their approach, and then only they'll react. Dhanu Rasi. So now, one of the most intriguing feature is they will have one part of the body very nicely built. I mean, but unfortunately, the second part may not be that well built. They have a pretty strong build, but only one of those will be very strongly built. However, another factor is they will be a very what do you call it? Lot of wisdom sharing. They'll be talking about anything under the sun. They know. I mean, they like to counsel. They like to talk a lot and advise others about how things are. And that way they are very like a teacher kind of a teacher pupil kind of a behavior. So if someone teaches you without your cognizance, and you can guess, okay, these are Dhanurashi. Makar Rashi. Okay, so they again have a strong frame. Now, Makar Kumbha, both are ruled by Saturn. So, one of the things, of course, there is a difference between these two. You can see one of them will have a bloated stomach area. You will have that, you can notice that, something like a crocodile. Crocodile also has a very strong or a very big stomach area. And of course, Kumbha Rasi, by nature, they are very helpful and soft. And if someone comes to them with a problem, their heart will melt and they will try to do everything to support them and make them feel comfortable. Because Saturn, see, both these Makar and Kumbha are ruled by Saturn, and these are the signs which, Saturn by nature is a very serious sign. And when you look at their face, there'll be some kind of sadness you would notice. I mean, there is always that, a sign of some kind of weakness or some kind of trouble. They will always portray that kind of a feeling. Not that they are very unhappy people. It is just that that is how their body language is. And that's how it is. So, but of course, they have their own way of doing things. They're very sincere, hardworking. They don't like to waste time. Saturn, they bring in all the Saturnian good traits. Coming to Meena, Meena, it's like a fish in water, another of the softest signs. When it comes to Cancer and Pisces, I would rank Cancer first and Pisces second. Both of them don't like any conflicts. They like to stay away from things, and they are dreamer. They like to talk. They like to be pleasant, pleasing personalities, and a very caring nature. And if you have one of these in your family, be rest assured that there's always love and affection and some kind of empathizing feeling or sympathizing feeling. Always, they're emotional people. They like to share emotions. They like to talk things. So that's how it is. I hope I've done justice to it. In case you find any, anything relevant here, or something similar to what you have seen in the past, please do let me know. I just thought you should let these things know before we move on to some deeper topics. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice weekend.